and welcome back to Bookish Theories. In today's video, we'd like to talk about SSERAFIM's Good Bones trailer, focusing on a little breakdown of the video to unpack all the clues that we have so far about this comeback. Directed by friend of the channel Yu Kwang-gong, which you might already know from directing Sakura's Primera commercial as well as other videos that we already discussed in the past, Good Bones is meant to introduce us to the main concept and themes of the upcoming Easy. Back in Unforgiven, the girls chose to burn the bridge that connected them to other people's expectations. Fire was a symbolic force that severed their link to the past while at the same time brightening the path ahead, and in Good Bones we see the aftermath of this choice. The title of the trailer is an idiom that refers to the solid structural integrity of a house. A house with good bones is a house with strong foundations, it's stable and durable, and SSERAFIM very much fit this description. In the first trilogy, the girls already made very clear that they are fearless, anti-fragile, and unforgiven. They are braver and stronger than they look, more resilient, and they certainly don't need to ask for forgiveness for choosing the path that suits them best. Their talent, confidence, and determination, however, are so out of the ordinary that the result of their work might be misunderstood as being undeserved. There's many that think that being them is easy, but the point of this comeback is to prove the exact opposite. Just because they make it look easy doesn't mean that it is, and the album will portray an honest presentation of SSERAFIM's concerns and insecurities that are hidden behind their confidence. In the trailer, this concept is introduced with a narration that very much fits their journey so far. Sakura and Chaewon, for instance, open with thought-provoking questions directed at the people that criticized them. Are you upset that they seized another opportunity? Are you mad that only they seem to get lucky all the time? These questions seem to reference the harsh opinions that people had when Sakura and Chaewon joined SSERAFIM after IZ*ONE. Sakura especially has debuted as a child and went through many groups and lineups. She was a member of HKT48, AKB48, then IZ*ONE, with SSERAFIM being the fourth and final group that she eventually joined. Some people might get upset she seized yet another opportunity when others have none, but these people never take into account why Sakura was able to stay in the industry this long. These people ignore her crazy versatility, her ability to always stand out, her constant improvement. This is even without mentioning her insane skills as an idol and a public figure, and yet people think that all of this is easy and nothing to write home about. With Chaewon it's a very similar situation. People seem mad that she got lucky, but never stop to think about the reason why. The so-called luck that SSERAFIM have doesn't come for free. It's earned through blood, sweat, and tears, so if you think that the world is going easy on them, you are sadly mistaken. Hyunjin, Kazu, and Eunchae continue the narration by challenging their critics. Do you really think it's okay to degrade a person just because they're true to themselves? Do you think it's fine to wish bad things upon them just because they were lucky? The message of Good Bones is that the world is more fair than you think, in the sense that it's ugly for everyone. This ugliness obviously comes in different shapes and degrees, but nobody gets out alive, so we might as well do our best with what we have. The reason why SSERAFIM made it's because they stayed consistent. They had ambitions, aspirations, and despite all the pain they went through, their determination stayed unstoppable. Even if the path they chose made their lives arguably more difficult than many, they will not allow their hard times to drown them. They've already made it look easy, so they can make it and succeed despite their struggles. Now in the video, this concept is portrayed with SSERAFIM play the role of superheroes who strut their way through the night by making their world their personal runaway. The unconventional styling, their walk, as well as the attitude that they portray is kinda giving I'm a mess in distress but we're still the best dressed. They're not dressing for anybody but themselves, but they pull off those outfits even if they're quite unusual and avant-garde. They make it look easy, literally, but it's not, just like it's not easy what they accomplish throughout the video. Starting off with Chaewon, for instance, she has powers like the Flash. At the beginning we see her grabbing a plastic bag containing a basketball, and after a brief interaction with Hyunjin, she goes away and flies to another location just to dunk the ball in somebody else's game. Like the narration says, she seized a new opportunity here. She took over the game and won it without breaking a sweat. She made it look easy even if it wasn't, and that's the whole point of the concept as a whole. With Hyunjin instead, we see that her superpower is matter manipulation. When she bumps into Chaewon, she has a camo jacket, but in the next shot her jacket turns hot pink. In the same scene she picks up a broken paper cup, and before you know it, the cup is good as new and she even starts drinking from it. When it's the turn of Armanche, we see her initially slaying the runway of life, but when she reaches the stairs, she tumbles down, rolling all the way until she hits the floor. Now, despite the bad fall, Eunchae is unscathed and unbothered by the incident, so her power seems to be something like healing or invincibility. On a symbolical level, though, her reaction is quite meaningful too. In the video, Eunchae suffered a huge fall that would have injured or even killed anybody else. She, on the other hand, made it look easy. She didn't even react to it. The only difference you can notice is that her hair is a bit messier, but if you didn't know that she fell, you wouldn't have guessed it. Because of that, this scene might also symbolize them being able to hide their pain to those who look at them. The whole point of making something look easy is not to show the parts that make it hard, so the fall and her reaction might be a symbol of that. When it comes to Kazuha, on the other hand, we see that she's an angel with one wing. This is a reference to Unforgiven, because back in that video one of her wings is set on fire and she ripped it off herself. In my opinion, this one wing situation might also be connected to the burning of the bridge. The fire that burned the bridge severed their connection to the past, that is, to the life they had before joining SSERAFIM. Because of that, Zua burning off one of her wings might represent her leaving behind the path that she chose in the past, which is none other than ballet. Bear in mind, even if the wing symbolism is connected to the concept of the Seraphim angels, swans have wings too, and that's Kazuha's representative animal due to its connection to the Swan Lake. Zua having one wing because the other burnt away could symbolize her change of path. She may no longer be a full swan, that is, a full-on ballerina, but she still carries the training and discipline within herself as she charges forward with confidence. This finally leads us to Kura, whom we find napping in an underground tunnel. Now, I don't know if this is a reach or not, but this scene kind of reminded me of the expression bed of roses, which means to have an easy life without care of worries. In the video, Sakura is sleeping in the flowers, so to the outside viewer it might seem like she has a literal bed of roses. When you look closer though, you see that she's in the sewers, covered in plastic, and the flowers are either fake or withering. This could imply a contrast between the easy life that people think she has versus the truth behind it. When she starts walking her walk, however, she becomes unstoppable, so much so that she uses her laser eye superpower to break all the walls that block her path. She's giving Superman, Cyclops, Homelander, but she's laying even harder than them because she makes it look easy. Of course, at this point we know it isn't, but as she starts to bleed, she licks it off without even flinching. By the end, we reunite with Kazuha enjoying the view while eating her snack. In true Superhuman fashion, she's recharging her batteries using electricity, and when she's done, she joins the others ready to rest. Yunjin and Unchi are still charging, and in a little nod to Unforgiven, Unchi is also eating cake. This could be a reference to the phrase "it's a piece of cake," meaning that what they just did is very easy. As for the recharge instead, I think it might be related to the way a lot of people tend to see idols as machines that are always looking fresh and never get tired. As the narration tells us, these girls understood way too young the harsh truth of this industry, but in a sense, the video ironically shows us what some people want to see. As usual, I'm looking forward to see what you think in the comments down below, but in the meantime, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please think about liking and subscribing. As always, thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.